Awesome. Thanks for everyone tuning in tonight. We have another great episode for everyone. We got a new partner. If you know from all our posts, we got Eldritch Foundry to partner with us. We got great things coming out with them coming up here. So stay tuned. Check our social medias, and we'll be releasing a lot more projects with them. But until then, go check them out at eldritchfoundry.com or on Instagram, Eldritch Foundry. Use our coupon code DDC Live for 15% off at checkout. Tell them Big Matthew sent you from the Dirty Dice Club and get that. All right. There's a link in description. Click that. Go over there. Make some characters while you're watching tonight's episode. Right. Maybe make me crazy. You know. Let me know. Put it in chat. Share it on Instagram. And see what comes out the other side. So go check them out. They're awesome. If you like making minis like I do, you can really just go to town on them. They have the unlimited plan that allows you to have unlimited characters and STL downloads, which is fantastic for people with like that MCU catalog of characters in their head they need to bring to the table. So make sure you check them out and get them going. We got a great episode for you tonight. Maybe new character. I don't know. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Alrighty. All right, I think we have everyone here. Dayton just popped in.
All right.
So first and foremost, I am your DM, Mark. I am very honored to be here to be running this modified Spelljammer Light of Xerixes campaign for all of you and for my wonderful friends here. We are going to be meeting a new player and a new character today, so we will introduce her last. But first and foremost, we have Matt playing.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Big Matthew, Matt Roberts. I'm playing Villain Yosai, our club's Astral elf with a whole lot of character. It's been fun bringing him to life. Every week, me and Mark get more chances to write and do more character building and world building. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to be able to work with you, Mark. So thank you so much for all of it so far. But yes, we got a great episode for everyone tonight. We got a great new group of partners. I can't wait to reveal them all in due time. But tonight's episode is brought to us by Eldritch Foundry, so go check them out. Use our coupon code DDC Live for 15% out checkout. Tell them Villain sent you, right? While you're watching tonight's episode, make a character of me or of anyone else here, and then post in our Instagram, and I'll share them all. So yeah, we got a great episode. Thanks again for tuning in.
We also have Josh playing.
I am your Dreadbug Captain, General Czar.
Ooh.
We have Dayton playing.
The Tin Man, the Gun Monk.
Hey.
Then our newest character prior to today, we have Alex playing. Oh, you're muted.
All right.
In Discord, you're
Come
muted
back
in
to us.
Discord.
Come back to
Heavily
us.
muted.
Yeah. Gotcha. So then of course our newest sorry.
Take it away.
All right, so hey guys, I'm Alex. I am playing Nico, your Plasmoid Artificer.
And of course, our newest cast and a really fun character, really interesting character. I think we're all gonna really, really enjoy. We have Marina playing.
Hello, everyone. I am Marina. I will be playing Jade Fox, your rogue druid hybrid.
Ooh.
So happy to be here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm so excited. For months, I've been holding my excitement.
Me as well.
And maybe Czar won't have to play the face every time.
No, I'm still gonna make it. I'm just gonna push him every time.
All right. Then, with no further ado, first I would actually with one more ado, if I may, I would like to recite our inspirations that I'm finally remembering to give out from last episode. Everybody had a really solid moment, so I think everybody deserved an inspiration.
Congratulations, Jade.
Tin Man for falling back on protocol, showing a little bit of his character, and sort of shunting Czar into face duty, as it were. Valen for a very heartfelt letter to Skarok, implying a deeper connection and a deeper friendship there that we may not have seen, but may yet still see.
Ooh.
Nico for misinterpreting Valen's attempts to bond and punching him in the face, which is a very novel way to respond that way. And of course, Czar simply for, as I put in my notes, Marlowe.
That
That or rat mustache, let's be honest.
And Rat Stash.
It calls for the rat stash.
If I could give a second, I would for Rat Stash.
I love it.
And all right, so previously on Echo of the Astral Sea, our daring adventurers touched down on the Rock of Brawl, a bustling metropolitan settlement that acts as a crossroads to many locations within the Astral Sea itself. Skarok begins by asking Mert some sensitive questions about the smiling moon and this golden dragon he's seen. Mert has few answers, but suggests that he seeks out Elmander's Astral Charts, a cartography shop here in Brawl. While mulling on Mert's words, Skarok then seeks out Tin Man, who clues into the fact that this isn't just curious questions. Skarok is leaving. Tin Man offers what he can, suggesting that the Smiling Moon sounds like a tavern, and if anyone knows anything about taverns, it's their competition. They say a fond goodbye before Skarok makes his way over to Czar. Czar has fewer answers, but does receive a gift from Skarok after complimenting his cooking, in the form of a goat-like meat from Skarok's bag of colding. Czar and Skarok agree that should their paths cross again, or should Czar be putting together a new crew, they would reunite, ideally on happier and less turbulent terms.
Nice.
Casting his gaze about for Valen, Skarok finds the Astral Elf absent, saddened that he wouldn't be able to give Valen a proper goodbye. Packing his things, few as they are, and collecting Ryback, Skarok takes his next steps into his fate. Valen pops his head out shortly thereafter, wearing a loud outfit meant to conceal his identity. He chats for a moment before bumbling into the crowd to seek out a temple to his goddess, Heliofira. Meanwhile, Tin Man seeks to get the lay of the land and learn about the goings-on. Him and Czar head off to locate the Rock Rat, a small, ever-moving tavern run by Maya, a mousy but harsh woman that seemingly moves into people's cellars to sell their alcohol.
Mousy.
They come across some of the halflings of the burrows, where Tin Man insists that Czar take the lead, offering his expertise as an assistant. Tin Man does help Czar traverse the conversation. They eventually learn how to find the Rock Rat, to go to Lowtown and look for, well, rats. Following this instruction, it's not long before they do indeed encounter a rat sitting on a rooftop, watching them closely. Czar reaches out telepathically and asks for guidance to the Rock Rat, and receives said guidance, much to his and Tin Man's surprise. It scampers off and leads them to a cellar door marked with a white rat paw print. They open it and enter, finding themselves in a dingy basement with a few ramshackle tables and seats. Few other patrons and a swarm of rats running hither and thither, delivering drinks. Led by a hat-wearing, saber-wielding, awoken rat by the name of Justin, who acts as your server. Czar orders himself a Marlowe, or Marlowe, a drink that seemingly few have heard of before. While this is happening, Valen seeks out a place to worship for his own deity, but comes up short until he recalls some of the key parts of his tenets. He finds a ring of old men sitting at the center of a bustling city square, atop the etched markings of a great sun in the cement beneath them. They welcome him in, and Valen allows himself a moment of vulnerability. He admits to some alleged problems in his past, cheating at the Gale Force Grand Prix and arguing with his wife, to be among them. Replaying the moment in his head of her last breathless minutes. He expressed doubt that his path was one worthy of him, to wallow in the mud and meander forward with lower folk instead of forging forward, unbothered and unhindered by connection or community. Valen is quickly disabused of this, as the elder he speaks with says in gentle tones that not every path is meant to be glorious and fancy. Sometimes the greatest strides are done in the dark, in secret, or on the mundane road of one's life. Taking their advice, Velen ambles back into the crowd, seeking to right a wrong and send a letter to Skerok. Tin Man and Czar speak with Maya, who proposes a game to keep them all honest. 2 copper in exchange for satisfactory answers. They grill each other back and forth, and Maya alluding to some festival that's underway and explaining that Artu, known as the Cannon Master of Brawl, is no fan of the crown and refuses to sell to him and his. Explaining that weapons in the hands of Ainger's troops is bad for just about all involved. She also explains that Radiclax has been pulling back from the mining game and throwing his hat in with Calcitrix to begin working towards a more secure belt. They briefly discuss the fires that have been happening, but Maya drops that there was a light-furred minotaur that had come through looking for them, saying that he left someone for them to meet at the Happy Beholder. She then clocks that Czar is, indeed, General Czar, which prompts Czar to realize he needs a disguise. Maya and her repertoire procure a mustache of sorts for Czar to help him blend in, coined the Rat Stash.
Rat Stash.
Red stash.
Velen stops by a post office to send a delayed letter to Skerok with some heartfelt words and a promise of becoming a better person by the time they next meet, and an apology for his behavior. The party meets at the Happy Beholder, where they meet large Luigi and order a Jade Tsunami by Mert's suggestion.
Ooh.
Luigi takes them to a back room where they meet a plasmoid of unusual color, Nico, who, misunderstanding Valen's advances, socks the Astral Elf in the face. The session ends with our party saying a toast to friends, new and old. As we begin the next part of our story, our attention turns away from the Lucky Beholder to a simple 2-story house near the docks. The single unboarded window allows for the ambient light of the city to filter into a room barren of much of its livery, save for a few discarded pieces of furniture tossed aside. In the center of the room is a lone chair, occupied by an individual just out of the square light let in by the mid-sized window. Pacing back and forth in front of the window is a silhouette of your captor, Jade. Finally, he stops pacing, and the inky black outline of this individual turns towards you. Jade Fox, eh? Mono told me about you and yours. Curious how one of Siloja's own dogs finds its way into our humble seat. Tell me, Fox, why are you here?
I could ask you the same thing. Why go through all the effort to catch me here? Who's been feeding you all these interesting lies? I'm a good girl, I swear. I'm just having a bout.
Yeah, I'm about sure. Because you and your friends there have been burning down all our safe houses. What's that all about?
Burning down your safe houses. Who's been feeding you these lies?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
Someone doesn't know what she knows. So you don't know as much as I do.
That's why I'm interrogating you.
Unfortunate. You're gonna have to try a little harder than that.
It's against my policy to hit a lady. The way I see you Silosian dogs, barely people.
That's where you have me wrong. I'm not one of Saloja's dogs anymore. Do tell me, a physical description of the woman that you're chasing. Are you sure you have the right girl?
We ain't seen her, but now we know she's a she.
Of course, Jade Fox would be that. You sure you don't want to hit a woman? Jade's gonna start wrestling with her bounds.
Oi, cut that out.
Do you jest?
I don't think so.
If this was meant to break me, you should have really tied the chair down.
Never had to before.
Tell me, sweetheart, do they pay you extra to pretend you're in control?
I don't get paid. I work for Mono and the Red Scarfs.
What is the involvement of the Red Scars in this?
Well, you're burning down our safe houses. For one.
See, that's where you're wrong. I wouldn't dare bother to bear down Celosia's cradles, erasing generations of infrastructure just to get by. Again, your information is snide.
You tell me that these safe houses are some sort of cradle? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that these safe houses aren't just brought up for anyone to lean in. They're very much held together.
I don't think I understand what you're saying, but is this something to do with Ratclax coming in?
I don't believe so. I think you got the wrong girl again.
You keep saying that, but I'm certain I didn't. Anyway, the way I see it is I got a couple quick questions for you. All I need is names. After that, we'll see what we need to do. The arsonist. Whether or not she's your partner, you know who she is. What's her name?
The firebrand. Elodra. And she's not my partner. Not anymore. And if you're wise, which judging by your physical description, you're not, you'd be running too. She's hot on my heels.
Is that a pun? Listen, lady. Let me run this up the chain. You sit still and wait right here. You see as he
flustered.
You see as he walks off to a door to your right, and he cracks it for a moment, and you hear some muttering. What do you do in this moment?
Jade's gonna bite her lip really, 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 really hard. Enough to draw blood.
Okay. After a moment, he comes back. All right, we got the name Elodra. It's a surname to that. Firebrand. I mean, every so-and-so with a torch calls himself a firebrand.
That name should be enough. She's quite the big girl.
Well, I guess we're done here. He steps forward and makes an attack with advantage. What's your current AC?
My AC is... It's probably gonna hit, I'll be honest with you. 13.
All right. He steps up and with just a quick jab tries to knock you out, hitting you across the jaw. Oh, you don't go to sleep easy, do you?
It's not my first time being hit in the face. You better hope that you don't cause a scar. And Jade's gonna spit in the corner. And she's gonna keep her eyes on him, focusing on his face. And as she does, she's gonna start wiggling her hands and cast Druidcraft.
Ooh. We take a moment to head back over to the Happy Beholder. The four of you sit in your lounge, discussing and chatting for the couple of minutes you've had. And you hear a knock on the door. Hey, it's just me. You mind if I come in? I got something for you.
Who's just me?
Luigi.
Large Luigi.
Oh,
Luigi, I swear, if it's another one of them jade tsunamis, you can just
bring him in, bring him in, bring him in. I want more. I want
Luigi,
more.
if it's
I want
another
more.
Jade tsunami, I'll take it.
And
what are we drinking more?
and a
Okay.
Merlot, Marlowe, and a Marlowe.
Yeah,
You can
about the
keep that.
Marlows. I couldn't really find any.
Technically, I
Quit
think it's
looking.
only a Marlowe if it comes from the Marlowe asteroid. I could be wrong.
I see. Well, I'll take your
They're
advice.
hard to find.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get some next time. But hey, he sort of floats in and he drops you another round of drinks, including the Jade Tsunamis. I got someone here that's looking for a group of like yous. Just walked in asking about some capable folks willing to do some daring rescue. Interested? Looks like he comes from money.
I might be interested.
Luigi, if it comes through you, I'm okay with it. Buddy, you're by far the best aberration I think I ever met.
You
Well,
said
that is quite the high praise coming from you, Tin Man.
he's got a
That is a
drink for
compliment.
us.
Yep, they're already
Can I
on the
roll
table
in?
now.
Can I roll
Go.
insight? Is Tin Man drunk?
You can
Tin Man's
absolutely roll
drunk.
insight.
Roll inside.
Now, this friend of yours, he's got more drinks for us.
I mean, usually people ask you to do stuff, they pay you.
All right, more drinks, guys.
So with
It's
an
been all
insight,
like 5 minutes and we're all like super deep in our cups.
yeah.
Oh, that's a 1. All right, sorry. Yeah, that is a 7. Natural
Oh
1.
no.
Tin Man, you've only just met him. Tin Man's the soberest you've ever seen him.
This is
Yeah,
clearly
it's
going-
like- Huh. Yeah, it's been a while, Tin Man. So,
you'll have to forgive me. I ain't been back in the belt in a while. I'm feeling pretty safe in this room. I'm just unwinding a little bit. Once we take one step out of this room, I'll have my game face back on.
I'll be right as rain.
Mhm.
I'm with you there, Tin Man. In here, safety.
You think we can?
Out there, anxiety.
You know what? I think it is. You know what I think it is. I think it's that energy
It's
that
that.
Alan kept talking about.
It's that
Oh,
energy.
I thought it was having my face on a wanted poster all over the town.
I feel it. Can you guys feel that? Ooh,
I think.
that energy,
I think I'm
boys.
starting to feel it.
Nico's just gonna start slapping his chest with the pseudopod, like, nah, just
We're off to this adventure. Where are we to, Luigi? And
No,
I'm like,
I'm
I stand up and kind of like stumble a little bit, and I'm like,
Oh, easy. I think Luigi was about ready to bring him in. Luigi, is he upstairs?
He's actually right out here.
ooh.
Bring him in. Bring him into the safe space. Bring him into the energy.
All right. Luigi steps out, and you see him talk to someone in the hallway. And after a moment, a figure stands in the doorway, slight but intense. Pale blue eyes look at you and analyze each of you in turn. You notice as his eyes then trail to the doorway, and he lightly runs his fingers along the door jamb. Satisfied with whatever check he was making, he nods
You
politely
were looking
to
for
Luigi.
bugs. There's one right here.
Yeah.
You're clever.
And I'm gonna like do the point at the belly, like ah.
As he enters the purple lights of the room, you can see him more clearly. Wearing a silk button shirt with a few extra buttons undone, showing a toned, smooth chest, adorned with a few subtle necklaces. A tussle of long, wavy midnight black hair falls over his shoulders, mostly covering pointed ears decorated with blood-red teardrop earrings.
Are
He
you
has
showing
sharp-
us theory or trying to seduce me?
He has sharp features and moves with a practiced ease as he stands before you. Ah, greetings, adventurers. I offer you my greatest thanks for seeing me. While I am loath to put myself into a place of debt, I find myself with few other options. May I take a seat?
Those aren't drinks.
Yes, you may in fact sit.
Thank you. See, let us get directly to business, as time is of the essence. I have a friend who has been kidnapped by some who see themselves as influential in Brawl. She's been taken to one of their safe houses, and while I trust her to take care of herself, there are elements about that cast a shadow of doubt. As I mentioned, this is a time-sensitive matter, and my payment to you, should you be able to assist me in this matter, will be great. As I mentioned before, I do not enjoy putting myself into the debt of others. Trauma, if you will. So there will be no misunderstanding that my debt to you has been paid. What say you?
I say
How
these.
great are we talking?
I have a galleon that I recently purchased, and for the return, well, the assisted escape of my dear friend, I may be willing to part with it.
Ship, you say?
Indeed.
I get a ship, and I get to free prisoners? I'm on board.
The
Luigi,
rest of you?
I think these drinks have gone bad, and I'm gonna just start like pouring them out and knocking them over as I get like serious, and like try to like crack my neck. I think we're done with these
Tar
drinks.
lifts his drink up above so Valen can't sweep it over. I can drink and make deals.
Tin Man looks over at Valen, kind of annoyed. He grabs his mug, he kind of like holds it to his chest. His mustache like slowly extends out, spins 180 degrees, and then like a brew of some sort comes out from underneath, spins back, retracts. All right.
Whoa.
Got that out of my system. So let's talk seriously
You
here.
gonna
Now,
finish
if-
that?
please be my guest. If
And I'm gonna
there's any
intercept
sprockets in
it.
there, give 'em back.
No. We've had enough. What you were saying, Tin Man?
Someone influential stealing a girlfriend of yours there, they could just walk about and it'd be the end of it. Take them back to some pretty bedchamber and you'd probably never see her again. But you said safe house.
And I start sipping it.
Explain to me who this person is.
Well, that is a challenging prospect. Typically, I prefer that she speak for herself on that matter, as it is a complicated one.
So
Nico's
this ain't
well.
just a matter... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, while they're having this conversation and seeing Valen drink Tin Man's drink, I'm going to form a straw out of just the pseudopod and start drinking Czar's drink.
Right out of my hand. I didn't even care.
Yeah, it's just like the curly straw, and it goes into Czar's drink, and you just see it flow through.
I'm watching it.
Oh no, by all means, Nico, help yourself.
So what you're telling me is this ain't just some missing girlfriend. Your influential person here don't want her because she's pretty. She's got something going on. Is that
You got
correct?
information
Who
you
doesn't?
don't want anybody else to have.
Oh, I did say I was desperate.
And
Well-
I'm gonna guess that coin of yours is no more questions.
Typically. You understand these dealings. You've done these before.
Kind of nod over at Czar. Yeah, I think we've been in places like this before. I get the feeling that's why
Once or twice.
you came here.
Well, you have me there. Guilty as charged.
Kind of.
So-
Tin Man coughs a little bit, and there's like a dribble more that comes down from underneath his mustache. Well, I'm on board. Nico, my friend, I don't believe you have quite the experience we do on these matters. What say you?
Hey, somebody needs some help? Czar seems to think this guy's good people. If you think he's good people, let's do it. And Nico just stands up and says, when do we start? And as he stands up, I'm going to just don my armor. Like you see,
Bro,
all
Iron
the-
Man style.
no, kind of like you just basically see his all that stardust that's inside of his body just kind of puff out, and as it comes out, the armor just like constitutes around him.
One, Tin Man, that gets cooler every time I see it. Two, I can't speak as a testament of this man's character, but I'm all about free ships and freeing prisoners.
Yeah, if we can get a ship and get the heck off this garbage dump, I'm all for it.
Tin Man kind of leans in over to the now noticeably larger Nico. Orvis been feeding you, boy.
I don't know.
Honest answer. All right, sounds like we're all on board.
Fantastic. As I said, this is a time-sensitive matter, and I would appreciate it if you were to actualize sooner than later. He
Point
pulls
us in the
out...
right direction. Sounds like you
I'm
know where
on.
this place is at.
I do. He pulls out a piece of paper from his pocket and sets it down. This is a map of all the safe houses the Red Scarves have to their name. You can see several of them are crossed out.
Already checked, or is there a reason we shouldn't go there?
The ones that are crossed out are the ones that have been burned down.
I'll take
I don't
it as a
recommend
reason
going.
to not go there.
Why if they would
Burn
get
down their own
burned
safe
down?
houses.
That gets
And man,
complicated.
I believe that falls under the category of questions not asked.
I
Fair
will
enough,
tell you
fair.
this. It is an internal family matter.
All this stuff out here is.
I'm glad you understand.
Well, we better be quick about it, boys.
You'll notice that there is one near the docks that is not crossed off. That is where I believe they will be. It's a former longhouse made into a housing for workers, though since abandoned, likely purchased by the Red Scarves themselves, if not Mono. Regardless, this is where I believe them to be.
Then there we shall go.
I got one question here before we take this off. What's what can you tell us about what we're expecting in there? What is it? How do they
A
travel
prisoner?
heavy? They got a monster in the sewer system. What do you got for us? I'm not walking into this thing blind here. Like, is there a barbarian named Frank who uses a big like club that I should watch out for? You know, like,
Belen,
That
that
was
was
somebody named
pretty
Frank.
specific.
well, I've been
That-
I've been
That happened to you before?
I've been here before. If I'm walking into Fred's spot, you know, there's gonna be a few things we gotta iron out before it's just rescue someone.
You know
Well,
Fred?
I'm concerned with the specificity of that statement.
That's what I'm
Sounds
saying,
right.
Tin Man.
We're
What
focusing
kind
on the
of,
wrong things here, gentlemen. We gotta
Defense-
save this young lady, and I'm just wondering what the heck I'm gonna be walking into. Hopefully not Fred.
You
What kind of resistance are we
certainly
looking at, sir?
have an imagination, my friend.
Never met Fred.
The,
Okay, that away. Was it the green?
uh, the resistance here would be expecting, from my reconnaissance, says that they will have few agents there. And it is worth noting that the Red Scarves themselves are younger folk that have been dispositioned against our illustrious Andrew.
All right, so no
So
Fred.
I
We're
would-
good to go.
I would request that you not kill them.
Oh,
The guards?
Correct. The Red Scarves. They are very distinct in that they wear red scarves.
yeah. I
That
think
said-
that.
Nothing but a dang
I think we can do
That's-
that.
Might be.
Yeah, that's no
manageable.
problem.
That said, as I mentioned, this is a timely matter, and should you drag your feet, it could become a much hotter situation.
Well, we'll go to the docks now.
You heard the man. Let's get
I
moving.
get the notion he's afraid this building's gonna burn.
Oh,
We
Aye.
gotta go.
I will wait for you here to point out the ship once you return. You have large Luigi to vouch for me.
Big Lou, what you say, buddy?
No problem. He hits him with a hold person spell.
All right. Have 5 Jade Tsunamis ready to go when we get back. All right. We
He's
might
really
not
gonna
have
wait
much
here.
time.
Holy Lord.
We might not have much
Luigi.
time.
This is humiliating, but carry on.
All right. And
right.
I'm gonna go over to my trunk. I'm gonna kick it open, and I'm gonna pull out my armor piece and start putting my armor on and getting ready so I'm not so naked. And pull out my laser pistol and kind of like check it and get ready and be like, all right, guys, let's do it.
Valen says that, and Zara's already at the door. Valen, what's taking you so long?
It's a full suit up. It's not like Iron Man armor where it like does it real quick. I'm like putting my
Some
boots
people-
on. I'm like tying them.
He's going through a full montage. We gotta move quick, guys. 5-minute montage.
Nico just looks at his like display on his arm where like it shifts between the shield and like he's like it just becomes a clock and he goes, come on, I don't know who you are, but let's go.
1 second. I'm almost ready. And then I just like turn around. I'm like tripping over, putting on my last boot as I'm ready.
As we start making our way up the stairway, Tin Man's gonna saddle up next to Czar. I get the feeling we're gonna want to play this quiet and close to the chest. I don't know
get
what
the
family
feeling
this.
I'm about to get a new ship.
Hold on. Hear me out here. Hear me out. I don't know what family this gentleman is with. I ain't gonna get involved with top brass type politics. Ain't my way. Here's the way I see it. Clearly, he's working under the prince, illustrious, as he said. We understand that. And he said himself, these are nothing but a bunch of kids that are annoyed with the way things are. These kind of gangs pop up all the time. The youth are always the first to throw a hissy when things ain't going right. Older folk will just break and let it go. They won't. That's normal. Can't help but feel bad for them. That's why he said we ain't here to kill no soul, no blood. That's all right. Why do you think he came to us rather than taking care of it for themselves?
We're
a buffer.
unaffiliated.
They want distance. We're unaffiliated. We screw up. That place gets burned down. They're in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time. They're in hot water. We get caught there. We're scapegoats. So we need to play this real close to the chest because I get the feeling that large Luigi can only hold that man for so long.
About 10 turns, I'd say.
Just saying. Let's be quick. Let's be quiet. Let's not be seen. I've been played for a little bit.
Absolutely. Worst comes to worst, too, it does sound like there is risk of the building going up in flames. So I would prefer to be out of there before fire hits.
All right, then we're in agreement. We move quick. We move quiet. I ain't feeling like getting pegged for a patsy again.
Oh, no. One patsy trip got me an extended asteroid vacation, and I am not keen on that again.
Yeah, I got a couple towns I can never go back to. You know how that is. All right, come on, boys, pick up the pace.
All right. So with the map in hand, I would like whoever has the map to make a quick survival check to navigate your way through the city. You can have someone else help you if you'd like for the advantage.
I'm assuming that's Valen.
Let me see.
I'd say Valen or 10 Man. One of you guys was given the map.
I can do it.
Imagine Nico just sticky-handed it off the table.
How's a 15?
Roll it again with advantage,
Ooh.
just to
Say,
see.
I'm giving somebody the help action. Whoever's rolling's getting that advantage.
Okay, we'll go with the 15.
15.
Yeah.
You've been here once or twice before, Valen, but you also have a natural mind for cities and layouts and such like that. It comes with your heritage. So it doesn't take long for you to make your way down towards the docks and navigate your way to this longhouse. You can see that it seems to be something of a two-story affair. The front door is on the side, while there is a sort of it's like a longhouse, like I mentioned, with a tower of circular stairs that goes up one corner closest to the street. As you step off the street, you look up and see that the front door is closed. The building doesn't look like it's been used or lived in for quite some time, as many of the windows are boarded up, save for a single mid-sized window at the very top.
And I'm gonna kind of like put my hand like halt up, and I'm gonna look over my shoulder to Czar, and I'm gonna be like, "What do you think? We go loud and slow?"
No.
Right.
What mission have we ever done loud and slow? And don't say the time with the Ferris bugs, okay? Because that was your fault.
All right, fair enough. Quick and fast, quiet and fast.
Well, while they're doing this, Nico looks and he's looking at the door. Can I try the handle? Is it locked?
Go ahead and
What is he
you
doing?
go ahead and try and open it. You just hear a jiggle. It is locked.
He's at the door.
Okay. I am going to try and pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Is he just gonna pick the front door?
Mark, what is if I peer around, do I see any other entrances to this building?
You can see that there's a couple of windows, but as you are you circling the building?
I'm not gonna wander too far from where we are. I don't
Okay.
want us to get separated, but maybe I'll, peer around a corner, look, see maybe if there's any fenced off areas that might have another exit for any sort of purpose.
And Mark, I'm just gonna ask real quick: is there a battle map yet, or no?
We'll be getting there once
Okay.
you guys get inside.
I didn't know if we were referencing. That's right.
All right. So that's a 14, unless you give me advantage, which is a natural 20.
It'll be a 14.
Damn.
So, Czar, as you look around, you don't see any other entrances. All of the windows seem to be boarded up, and this seems to be the only door. As a longhouse, there's only really one way in and out. Typically, it's meant for storage. So the need to get in and out in different ways isn't always the most necessary. Let me just fix this real
Hitman,
quick.
I gotta say, I don't think I'm too comfortable with there just being one way into the building.
Nah, a safe house like this, there's usually no way. Then again, these are a bunch of kids. I don't know why these places are getting burned down. Seems excessive to me. But,
I don't think they're the ones doing it, though.
Yeah, no, this don't sit right with me.
And in the middle of your conversation, you hear a click as Nico pops the lock.
Guys, I got
Czar.
it open.
Hey, he's in over here.
Zark, cover Nico. Keep that rapier of yours close.
Absolutely.
Valen,
Yeah.
I kind of pull my musket, point it down, kind of into safe position. Follow me. Let's work around back.
Let's go.
All right, so Valen and Tin Man are going around back.
Yeah.
So now I will move us to our.
Ooh. We got a map.
So I'm going to have each of you sort of pick the direction you're going. Are you going around left or going around right?
Tin Man, I'm following you.
All right, Tin Man's gonna go around this way.
Yep.
Okay, so you're heading back out towards the street?
Mhm.
All right. You get out towards the street and you start smelling smoke.
Hey, we got that fire a little sooner than I'd like. Let's hurry up. And I'm gonna
Guys,
start
let's
looking
go,
for
let's
the
go.
smoke.
And you're going to continue around?
I'm gonna look back at the other guys, and I'm gonna do fire sound, hand signs, like.
I would like
And then I'm
each
gonna-
of you to make a
And then I'm
stealth
just
check.
gonna turn around and follow.
Nico, we
Tin
gotta
Man.
move quick, man.
It's either a
unaware of the
fire or
fire.
a squid attack.
16.
16.
10.
And Valen,
I'm gonna write up.
your stealth?
Did we see Valen making oceans of fire?
Yes, you will have seen that. Well, you would have, Nico will not.
Okay.
Valen
Oh,
forgets that
Valen-
he's only supposed to make the motions and actually screams a little bit.
Ah! Fire! Oh shoot!
Fire!
All
right,
So Nico, the door unlocks. What do you do?
Open it.
Okay. You push it open, and almost immediately, you are greeted with a club attempted to swing at your face. What's your current AC?
19.
Okay. He whiffs. You see as you open the door, it opens inwards, and then suddenly one of these red scarves, like with a cudgel above his head, goes to swing down and then trips outside. He is now laying
It's the
prone
top
on
of the
ground
door.
in front of you.
All right. He's laying. You said he's laying prone.
Yeah, he's sort of laid out on his face, having fallen on his face.
Okay. I'm going to booming. I'm going to use my action to booming blade.
Okay.
Easy,
I would like to
Nico,
know
we want him alive.
that any attack can be made non-lethal.
Super lethal.
You just
Yeah,
have
it-
to say so.
Hyper
Yes.
lethal.
Yes. So, hearing made is like, not to kill them. He pulls out his lance. Well, I wouldn't say he actually fully forms it. His arm extends out, and you see that the armor that would normally look like metal kind of turns soft, and it splits out, and this kind of helix-shaped lance comes out. And as he does so, he's going to like stab it towards the red scarf. But as it goes to hit, the helix spreads out and basically locks him into place. And you just see this like black hole singularity holding him behind. And as he does this, Nico goes, "Stay there." And
Look
I
at
will
me
make
and
my
Make an intimidation check.
let me make my attack first to see if it
Oh,
actually hits.
He's prone, so you get advantage.
27.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, 27 absolutely hits.
Ooh, I don't know. That's close.
Roll your intimidation with advantage.
Great. 12.
Okay. Having missed and the embarrassment of having fallen flat on his face, but also realizing there's more people out here than expected, and then immediately being pinned to the ground. Okay, I'll stay right here.
All right.
I'm sorry.
By the way, Mark, I can't control Nico, but I can control my armor if you can make it smaller.
No, keep it big.
All right.
You're being
With
liberated.
that-
Do not resist.
yeah. With that, I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is the other one?
What do you mean? There's
said
no
there
other
were-
person that you can see.
Oh, okay. But you said that 2 people tried to swing him here. Was it just one guy that swung
just the one.
twice?
No,
Just
it's just
one.
the one.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to use half my movement, head into the room. What do I see when I walk in?
All right, so as you step in, the room itself is relatively dark, so it is dim lighting. You can see a few carpets that have been worn through, threadbare, and some other sort of just discarded furniture. You can see like a desk on its side, but otherwise the place seems entirely abandoned. You can see dust on the floor, except for where several footprints have moved through recently, and the walls themselves are unadorned entirely.
All right. That being said, nobody in here. Czar, it's clear. Come on.
Yeah, I'll follow him into the building.
All right. Valen and Tin Man.
We're hustling. We're gonna make our way from street side over to the back of the building as quickly as we can, I assume.
Yeah, we're trying to find that FIRE.
So as you get around the corner here, let me help you with. Oop.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just I was on the wrong level and I was taken away. Anyway, so as you come around, you can see that the fire seems to have been started in this corner. It seems there's been a patch of dry grass and a bunch of kindling sort of adorned around the corner where the wood meets the ground. What's peculiar, though, is you can see that there is a long wax candle that is burning right next to it. Mostly melted now, but you can see sort of a 1 foot long, half melted wax candle.
if I happen to have a water skin on me that I don't tend to use much, I am immediately going to try and douse this flame.
Okay. How much? Well, I'll have you make an athletics check to see if you can reach and throw the water high enough to even make a difference.
Wow.
Ow!
You realize that the opening of a water skin makes it difficult to throw water as water pressure exists. The fire begins to sort of claw up the sides of the building and start to expand further. It seems to be sticking to the outer layer at the moment. Jade, the room around you is beginning to feel warm. What do you do?
And Jade's gonna get a little nervous here.
Ooh.
But she's gonna egg him on because she feels that it's time to get going. So she's gonna say, "You strike like a child and you question like a drunk. Are you always as charming as today's special?"
He wipes the sweat off of his brow. You got a lot of fancy words, lady. Think I should knock them out your mouth.
You notice the heat is spilling into this room, or is it just the intimacy between us? And Jade's
Noted.
gonna keep doing her druid craft into the corner as she builds this plumage of vines that are coming from her blood that's in the corner of the room.
Ooh.
I would like you to make a stealth check for me, please, to see if this goes unnoticed.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's getting a little warm in here. Odd this time of year. There's no seasons around here. What am I talking about? Listen, lady, you got me all flustered now. It ain't fair.
What was your plan? Do you enjoy this, playing pretend in the dark, hiding behind a mask, because you're too afraid to be seen? And as
That's the same as you.
I'm not wearing a mask, you just hit my face.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, a little
But
slow
I know
motion.
about what you do.
Tell me, what is it that I do? Tell me all that you know about the Jade folks.
Well, Mono knows, and he's told us a lot about you.
What has he said?
He said, you're really effective, and if we ever saw you, not to mess with you. But we sure showed him.
Tell me, if I scream, will someone come running, or is it just between us? And as she's egging him on, her vines are just growing and spilling into the wall. And the leaves are starting to shake and form a word. And that word is run.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure.
Who is it that you said told you this, that, and the other thing? Forgive me, you hit me so hard. I'm in a bit of a daze, and everything is spilling here. Hey, what's that in the corner?
His name was... What
It's
the
gonna kind
hell?
of glance over. Yeah, so her vines are gonna say the word run, and just above his head, this corolla of flowers are going to slowly descend and just gently open their pods towards him. And they're going to look like monkey orchids. And they're a flower that has a face. I'll post it in campaign chat. Or if you
what?
have it, Matt. Mark, excuse me.
I don't. But go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me, please. You'll get advantage. What the hell is going on?
Oh. Reroll.
Oh, with advantage.
Yes.
Yes,
advantage.
yes, you get advantage.
Do I just roll it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
Yes, way better.
What
I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, Mono's gonna hear about this. And he turns and starts sprinting for the door.
At this,
Horrifying.
do Zara and I hear movement?
Everybody in the house hears movement. In fact, those outside actually hear a yell, seemingly to have said something.
Why do I feel like she's playing a completely different campaign than the rest of us? We're all a bunch of just goofy losers, and this chick's just completely messing people up with flowers.
Poison Ivy style.
Yes.
Real.
Terrifying.
But
And
I think as
Valen.
soon as me and Nico hear screaming, we're booking it.
Oh yeah.
No more
the-
taking it slow, peering around corners. Just straight booking it.
So you were
All
saying,
right.
Mark?
Tin Man and Valen, you're outside. You hear the yell from upstairs, and you can hear the sound of someone running down a wooden hallway upstairs, which after a moment turns into two someones.
Tenan's gonna turn to Velen. You got any kind of magic spell to put this out?
I'm just gonna take off my Eldritch Cannon in the force, like ballista mode, so it like does the air cannon basically, and hopefully the concentrated oxygen doesn't make the fire worse.
Try and blow it out.
I'll
So it's gonna be the force ballista.
yeah.
That's it.
Walk me through that one more time.
It's just gonna it does like a shockwave of damage, right? So it's essentially just gonna disperse all the energy for the fire into the air all around, right? Just essentially all the fuel for it is just gonna blow up, essentially. Not like explosive blow up, but
Yeah.
It's
sort
like
of-
it's essentially like you're dry firing an air cannon.
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
The next most
Um,
important tool to a firefighter is his axe. Kill the fuel and you kill the fire.
Yeah.
it
And
goes
it's
off,
not quiet.
and you see as the flames sort of sputter for a second, but then they begin to almost double down and start burning even faster.
Ah! Oh.
Well, that wasn't very nice. You hear a voice from behind you.
We're just gonna turn slowly with my weapon at the ready.
Behind you, standing in the middle of the street, in your moment of panic with the fire, you realize that now is not the moment for laughs. You realize that there's no one standing in the street at the moment. Standing in the middle of a street alone is, let me get the correct description because this is important.
This is important. This is BBEG early game showing up to gloat type situation. We're about
And-
to walk into our Strahd here.
And Valen's kind of just like looking around at the street, but also trying to look back to see how much worse he just made the situation.
What you see standing in the middle of the street is what looks to be some sort of feminine figure in long ashen robes, pulled up like a veil over her head, and as a face, all you can see is a shining white mask. You can see as she rubs her fingers together and sparks seem to fly off of them, and behind the eyes of the mask you can see an inferno. And the ground around her feet itself is on fire, despite being stone. You can see the scorch marks of where she stepped leading up to this point.
Okay, sorry. Does she look like a child or a kid?
No,
Okay, can I attack?
you may.
I could post an image of her in campaign.
Yeah, so seeing that this isn't one of the children that I can't hurt too bad, and seeing that the place is on fire, I just made it worse. I'll just kind of pull up my laser pistol and I'll be like, hey, just chill out and get down. and then just fire at her because, you know.
Valen,
Make your
you
attack.
focus on her. I'm gonna try and take care of this fire. Looks like I don't know what magic she's using, but if she ain't focusing on it, I might be able to put it out, right?
Can I use my inspiration?
You can.
It's not gonna help. I don't.
It's a D6. The best you could get is a 15. Do you think that'll hit?
No.
You think you'll get a 15?
Yeah, I don't think I'll get a 15. I think a 15 would hit. But I don't think I'll get that. And it's gonna be like a warning shot anyways, because I was like, hey, just chill out. I don't know who the heck you are, but can you
Fire.
can you not do it and just like
And I think as you fire your shot, that is where we'll take our break.
woo. All right. We'll see you guys in 5. Wow. What a great episode. Thanks for everyone tuning in. We got the new character. She's here. She's great. She's going to be free here soon. But until then, please check out our new partners over at Eldritch Foundry. They've been a great partner of ours for the last few weeks as we start rolling out these new projects. And I can't tell you how much of a delight it's been working with them and also using their program. I have too many characters to print now. I just can't. I can't print them all. I can't download them all. I don't know what to do with them all. And it's all because Eldritch Foundry. All my characters I've made over the year, all my paper sheets, all of them, they have all the backstories, all the books I wrote. Everyone writes all the backstories for their level 1 character where they're already a hero. They just don't have the magic to prove it. They just need to get that magic to prove it. We all have them. Now you can finish them and make their mini and complete the process of bringing your characters to the table. So go to eldritchfoundry.com or check them out on their social medias. Instagram is Eldritch Foundry, and start making all those characters. All right. Get their Eldritch Unlimited account and you can make unlimited amount of minis. And they got mounts. They got little like bookcases, floating books, whatever you can think of. Now, my personal favorite is the human fighter with the big sword. Okay. I mean, I'm not playing him now, but almost every other time I'm making him. I'm making that human fighter with a big sword because that's who's in me. All right. So go to Eldritch Foundry, make your human fighter with a big sword, or that slightly different IP that you love. You know, we all copy IPs and bring characters over. You know, I have Goku like 50 times. Okay. I played him like twice. He's awesome. Go make minis for them. Bring them to life. And sell them. The Dirty Dice Club sent you. Use DDC Live at checkout for 15%. All right? Tell them Big Mashy sent you. Or better yet, tell them Valen sent you. Tell them Valen sent you by using DDC Live. Tell them Captain Valen sent you to get all the minis ready. Get him on deck stat. We got a universe to save and we need minis to do it. So go to Eldritch Foundry. All right, I gotta take a little break here. I gotta get something to drink. My throat is dry. I'll see you guys in a few minutes when we get back to the end of this episode. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks to Eldritch Foundry. I'll see you soon. All right, we're back.
Welcome back. All right, everybody get a sip of something to drink as we get back into it. So where we left off is Valen and Tin Man came across some unknown entity that seemed to have something to do with these fires, and Valen fired a warning shot. Oh, it will be good when you finally find Castle's cradle.
What? And did I hear that?
Oh yeah. She's saying it out loud to both of you.
I don't like the sound of that. Tin Man, hit her something with something bigger, please.
All right, fine. Trade me. I'm gonna toss him over my water skin. Level my weapon. And I'll take a shot.
All right, make your attack.
Does this water skin pop like a water balloon?
I dropped it.
A 22 will hit.
22 will hit. Roll for damage. 8 damage. I'm going to go ahead and make my second shot. Extra attack. 21 hit. Roll for damage. 5. And I'm going to go ahead and throw on my Kinsei shot for one of those.
As you do.
3 extra damage.
Let's go.
All right. Where are you aiming these, roughly?
Honestly, don't know who she is, don't know what's going on, and I don't like that mask. So I'm just kind of shooting for center of body, just hoping to kind of repulse her. I'm assuming we're looking with some kind of a sorcerer or wizard here. I don't know what defenses we're going to be playing. I just want to get her away while Valen tries to focus the fire. So just dead center.
Okay. You make your shots, and you see the first one, she sort of just waves her hand, and a shield spell falls, or gets thrown up. The second one strikes her in the mask, and you see as she recoils, and then comes back forward, and touches the spot on the mask. I was here for 1, and you'll force me to take 3. But first I have business. She steps past you. You will get, she moves close enough that you can get a attack of opportunity if you have your reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For you, Tin Man, not Valen.
Hold on. Let's check here real quick. Yeah, so Gunner, I can use my weapon within 5 feet. So yeah, I'm just going to take the shot as she passes by, point blank.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Does not hit.
Terrifying.
What?
Remember, she cast shield.
I don't want to know what this lady's AC is. That's all I can do. That's my reaction.
All right. Your shot misses, and without even paying any attention to you, she continues to walk forward. And you notice as she reaches out a hand from her robes of some pale skin coated in blood-red tattoos, and she touches 2 fingers against the wooden siding of the house and just walks along, igniting 2 trails of fire. I have set my trap.
Can my horse ballista hit it as she gets closer?
Yeah, I mean, you can make the attack.
All right.
Valen, I think we're fighting an uphill battle here, buddy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
it's there.
Yeah, but-
So. Oh, that was damage. My bad. I hit the wrong thing trying to do. All right.
You rolled an 18.
dang.
A total of a 25.
Oh, okay.
For your
It
force,
rolled the
for your
damage at the
understanding.
same time. Okay. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, so as she
Um,
kind of just comes around the corner, it's just sitting there. And like she probably lights it on fire, but it just big old cannon burst.
You watch as like she's jarred to the side, and all of her clothes blow to one side, and she actually reaches up to hold the mask, and you could see as she turns towards you that the flame behind the mask grows more intense, and you can see the edges of her clothing begin to set on fire. I have set my trap. How did you know this was here?
Lucky guess. And then I'm going to like take aim again.
Hmm.
Little birdie told us.
It was her guardian angel, wasn't it? I did forget about him. She continues to walk and sets the side of the wall of the building ablaze. Nico and Czar, you begin making your way full tilt towards the second floor. You burst through one doorway. Who was through first? Nico?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
With pleasure. Oh, gotta remember to click the right character sheet. That will not roll. You said Dex saving throw, correct?
Correct.
How about a 17?
A 17 will do the trick. As you open the door, you watch as a rigged up sword, a short sword, sort of slices down through the doorway. On a normal person, it would have caught them in the head if you hadn't moved.
Wow, that guy at the bar said that we shouldn't have to worry about traps. I'm starting to think maybe he might not be a great guy.
Well, I believe he said he wasn't sure about the traps.
Oh, whatever.
You continue full tilt heading upstairs. You will have another move here.
All right. That'll get me to the top of the stairs.
All right. Jade, from where you are, you hear the sounds of people clambering up the stairs quickly, and the room is becoming more and more, or he's becoming hotter and hotter. What would you like to do in this moment?
Jade's gonna look up at her flowers and she's going to whisper very sweetly to them. Come on, babies. I gotta get out of here. Can you help me out? Just like last time, dear. And they're going to start trailing down from the ceiling and pulling and pushing themselves into the brackets of the chairs, splitting them open just enough for her to wiggle out. And
as you're doing this, as you start to hear the brackets of the chairs start to pop, the vines come to a slow, and you feel a hand rake nails across your face gently. I still have you here, darling. Nothing happened to you while you were asleep. I made sure of that. You realize it's been a while since you've had your medication. And it always has been difficult to keep her under lock when your heart rate gets going.
Whoa. He's coming out of the bottle.
mind, would you willing to help me here in a bit of a predicament? Or are you going to tease me again?
Oh, you do know I love to tease. Especially when I have you at such a disadvantage.
You disgust me. Just prove your
Tell you.
worth and get me out of here.
One condition. Say please.
Jade gives a face. All right, please. Please.
You hear the snapping of a finger, and all at once the chair falls to pieces beneath you. Nico and Czar, you come face to face with a pair of these red scarves seemingly running for their lives.
Oh. Well, pardon me, gents. We're just gonna go in the direction you're running from.
Your funeral.
I've heard that before.
And if you don't stop them, they will shove past you and try to get out of the building.
Oh, no. I will not be stopping them. A fight is not what I need. Less bloodshed here, the better.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Mark, can you clarify one thing? The don't trust people in masks. Like, we talk, would this fall into that circumstance?
You get the feeling. Actually, make an insight check.
Okay. Can I roll at an advantage?
You may. You know Candidex pretty well.
Okay, so that was from Candidex. That wasn't from Bladar.
Or it was Bladar, sorry.
Okay, so 20.
So you know that Bladar has a very black and white view of things, and a scarf around the face, to her, you get the feeling does not evoke enough of a mask.
All right, Nico is going to give them as evil of a look as possible. To be honest with you, his helmet is a very angular, almost like pointed, kind of like Witch King-esque from Lord of the Rings style
Oh.
helm. So he's just gonna kind of like follow the people running, and you just hear the deep, like gravelly voice. It's like, make sure you get to safety and don't come back.
Won't be nothing to come back to. And he just continues down the stairs.
Can I try and trip him with the lance as he's going down the stairs?
Go and take an attack action. Considering you're both on the stairs, you will be doing this at disadvantage.
All right. That being said, actually, I want to change it. Can I use Gravity Whip and just like try to fling him down the stairs?
Yes, you can.
How about a 21?
How did you roll a double 21?
Yo, you know.
Get to safety quick, but also.
Yeah, get to safety quick. And he just like it.
I want you to be safe, but I didn't like your attitude.
So his shield retracts in, and his shield is kind of like a translucent, almost like I guess you could just say like a light shield. Like you'd imagine like a force field. It retracts in, and that golden energy kind of spins around, and you see a whip appear out, and it just like a golden pseudopod sticks to his head, and he just flings him back 10 feet.
What? And he's just thrown down the stairs.
And then yeah, he's gonna. I'm gonna bound down the hallway.
All right. So,
Actually,
Czar,
Art, question:
Yes.
How thick are these walls?
you didn't take a lot of time to find out. As you get up here, you can see that the walls. This is a ramshackle longhouse, and it looks like a lot of these walls were put up in haste in order to section a lot of these places off. So they don't look terribly firm.
Okay. Can I use 2 of my charges on Gravity's Grasp to basically increase my mass? And I want to run through the wall. Like basically realizing like there's a wall, there's the hallway. Instead of going down the hallway, I'm just gonna go straight through the wall into the room.
Gotcha.
You're just gonna Kool-Aid Man it?
I
Have
am
you been-
going to Kool-Aid.
Go!
Hey,
So you been reading Mistborn?
Hey.
All right. I will allow that. However, I would like Czar to take his turn first.
yes, go, please, please.
I'm gonna book it down the hallway, not even considering going through the wall.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna book it as far as I can down this
That's
hallway.
not a thing that enters this guy's mind.
As you are moving down the hallway, you can actually see from the boarded up windows along your right side that there are flames getting up this far. The building seems to be actively on fire, and you can start to hear the creaking and groaning of wood starting to give way on the lower floor.
Oh, I gotta make this quicker. Flames and my chitinous shell don't exactly go well together. I'm
You
gonna be
go.
bug dupe if I don't make this quick.
Crab legs for dinner, eh?
Shrimps is bugs.
True.
Sea bugs.
Siba.
But still bugs. So Valen and Tin Man, what are you doing in this moment?
Yeah, okay. So she walked past us up along the building. She got hit by my cannon and
Correct.
was talking that smack still, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna like astral step in front of her and then like try to tackle her.
Okay. So you're
And-
gonna make a grapple attack.
Yes.
Real jumper like. I like
So
it.
you're gonna roll a melee attack. That's a D20 plus your proficiency plus your strength.
So would that just be an unarmed attack then?
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
All right. So you are now grappled.
Nice.
And I'm like, let's see what you look like under that mask. And since she was trying so hard to put it back on, I'm gonna hold on to it and start trying to pull it off.
All right. Tin Man.
Or a wild card. seeing that he's got her for the moment, and realizing that this fire is way out of our ability to stop at the moment, I'm going to bash in one of the nearby windows and peer in, see what I see. Is there anyone in there? Anyone trying to escape?
You catch the tail end of Nico and Zar heading upstairs, and then you see two of the red scarves sprinting the opposite direction. One of them looks to be a little roughed up, a little dusty, but aside from that, they're moving at pretty quick speed.
I'm going to wave them along, kind of taking the butt of my gun and trying to clear out as much of the glass as I can. Ow! Ow! Let's go! Let's go!
Yeah, all right. You see as one of them, the bigger one, sort of just turns and just dives out the window. The other one goes to climb through, cuts himself up a little bit, but manages to get out as well. They don't even look back before they continue running.
All right. I'm going to yell over to Valen. I just saw the two of them head upstairs.
Little busy.
You got this?
A little busy. And I'm like just struggling, trying to like keep it down.
As you grapple onto this individual, you feel as you reach up for her face, your fingers start to burn, like physically burn. You can see as the skin on your fingers starts to char, and whatever hair you had on your hands is now scorched away. You will have to try harder than that.
And I'll just kind of like start screaming as I'm doing it, and then like let go, and like, but I'm like still on top of her.
She brings a hand up and presses it against your chest. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay. 17.
All right, let me roll some dice.
A 3.
That's not good.
So, my character. Got any other character ideas?
And man,
Valen
from where you're
Yosai.
standing, you turn over to ask if Valen's okay. You see him struggle for a moment, and then both of the figures are engulfed in a ball of flame. She cast Fireball.
Ah!
Totally.
Valen, you will
What?
take 19 fire damage.
And I just start like I'm like trying to eat it, and I'm just smoking.
Just
He's got that Wile E. Coyote charred effect going on.
yeah.
Nice.
Jade, or sorry, not Jade. Sorry, my apologies. Zara and Nico, you get up to the second floor. Nico, I want you to make an athletics check at advantage, having used 2 of your charges.
All right.
All right, with a 16. Zar, you hear a crash from behind you, and
I'm gonna throw it
Jade,
into overdrive.
Jade, from your left, you watch the wall crumble as an odd-colored plasmoid bursts through in what looks to be. Go ahead, Alex.
She would have zero idea that I'm a plasmoid. Like I am wearing like your prototypical anime style like exosuit.
Yeah, you
Kinda
haven't
looks
really
like it's a
explained
very
it.
angular Mega Man. With he basically got
Ooh.
like the arm cannon and
Yes.
a helix lance. Does she look like the person we're trying to help?
Jade.
She doesn't look like the people who were running away, if that's any consolation. We were
Jade?
never actually given a description.
What do you look like?
Jade is tall and statuesque. She wears a sleeveless, high-slit green silk kipao, embroidered with delicate floral motifs and clinched with black tactical belts. She's got lace-trimmed stockings that disappear into thorn-edged heel boots, blending elegance with danger. She's got raven black hair laced with sea green hues, swept in an intricate updo, adorned with a single blooming red rose, a quiet, deliberate signature. Delicate lips and piercing red eyes complete the look. She is a deadly flower in bloom. And I'll post an image in campaign chat.
Ooh.
And I'm a cowboy. I'm telling you, she's playing a completely different game from us.
Yeah, right? it's like I'm the knockoff version of everybody's favorite '80s video game, and dang.
Sort of
So yeah,
Space
serious-
Cowboy.
Matt, if you'd like to show the audience, I have her.
Oh yeah. Her token.
Upsized in the corner.
Ooh.
Seriously. How long have you been working on this character?
right?
For a while.
Now, bursting into this room, is it clearly on fire?
It has not yet begun on fire, though the heat in the room is indicative that this entire building seems to be not long for this world.
You can
That
smell the
said,
smoke.
yeah,
Okay.
as you enter, you actually are a little surprised to see that there seems to be vines growing in the corner that crawl up the wall to say run, and then from the ceiling, and then of course all wrapped around this chair that this woman is now standing up from.
Mark, do let me know when I round the corner into
You
the
round the
room.
corner right about now.
Perfect. But there's a lot to unpack here.
Yes, Alex.
No, I don't. I was Czar. What? This is her, right? I think we're here to help you. I think.
Is she wearing a red scarf?
Excuse me. Do you have a red scarf?
No, I don't have a red scarf.
Then I think she's the one we're here for. We gotta go. This building's hot.
This poor
I
woman's been
noticed-
idiots all day.
Got it. Looking at her, does she look visibly dislanguished? She looks like she was bound, correct?
I'd
What you
assume.
see as you enter the room is her standing up from a chair, and you can see
Okay.
that there are discarded ropes on the ground.
Ma'am, can you run?
I can run.
All right.
Please follow us. Nico, nice hole in the wall, by the way. That's a shortcut.
Yeah, come back this way. And yeah, no, I'll
Gentlemen, there's a window perfectly fine right over there. It might be wiser to use the window.
Yeah, that's not a bad
Okay.
idea.
He just
great.
runs through the
That being
window.
said, Nico is going to again charge towards the window. You see as he does, like the armor on his feet are currently bigger, as if he was trying to push more mass through the wall. As he goes, he's gonna transfer that weight up to his arms, and his arms get slightly like the armor kind of plates out a little bit more there. As he shoulders his way through the window, doing so before that, I'm also going to hit the table or chair in the room with catapult and catapult it through the window.
All right. The catapult goes off without an issue because it's an inanimate object. It can't say no to being thrown out a window. So the
And we
window,
just won't listen.
yeah, fair enough. The window shatters outwards, and you hear some whimpering as the red scarf you left below is showered in glass. But the window is open.
Sorry.
Just within like a 2-minute window, the glass window explodes. I get hit with a fireball. Yeah, real tight. Fast and quiet, huh, Tin Man?
As Tin Man and Valen, as you hear the shattering of the glass, this individual spins on her heel and starts marching back the opposite direction.
Okay, which way is she going now?
She's heading back to the north side of the building where the main doorway was. So she's heading rightward from where Valen is. I didn't have a token for her prepared, I'm sorry.
Understood.
Use Nico's spare token.
Actually,
Yeah.
I got an even better one. So she's just passing you, Tin Man. As she's walking past, you can actually hear her muttering under her breath what sounds like encampments and chants. And you actually pick up a name. Koseth, or Koseth.
Osith.
seems to be some sort of deity that she prays to. But she pays you no other heed as she continues past.
Tin Man does lock up for a minute after watching what just happened to Valen. He takes kind of a deep breath, which for him involves like his plates physically expanding out and coming back in for a minute. Drops his gun. Turns about face. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop right there with the silver liner drawn, or with the dove.
Oh no.
Feeling you level this at her, she looks over her shoulder. She steps up and touches the top at the very end of the gun. Little sister, it's good to see you again. And turns and walks away. Do you fire?
I fire.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh! I
Nat
should have
20.
yelled. I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Someone's sleeping.
All right. I would like you to roll 6d8.
Ooh!
Yo!
And you'll be able to roll another one of those for your critical.
Oh, that's a
Oh my goodness!
my game is physically taking forever to load because it's going so much dice.
Good. Wow!
Little sister, little sister.
Wow!
So explain to me what's happening here, DM.
Dude, Tin Man would have just one-shot me.
Because this is a clash of powers that is well beyond Tin Man, and he knows that.
That's what I'm determining right now.
He's like, this was not
About them,
supposed
but
to
it's just so
happen.
Tin Man's like, I don't remember the gun firing like this.
Elodra turns and walks away, and you level the silver liner with your request for her to stop. When she turns and touches the gun and then turns again, you pull the trigger. You feel as though your shot was perfect. And you watch as the gun goes, the dove fires, and the bullet actually swerves around Elodra and strikes an individual down the street.
Oh!
You hear in your head as you watch this individual literally be consumed in on itself in a miniature black hole. I told you, each bullet has a fate. None of them bear her name.
Wait, who said that?
The
Dove.
dove.
Oh,
Kind
That's
of
it.
rewrite the gun.
Whoopsies.
it's cursed.
That's how it's going to be. She's too far beyond me. Tin Man knows that. I'm going to pick up Stargrazer and hoof it to the other side to go check on Valen. This is a losing battle. He took his one shot, and it wasn't fated to happen.
And as he comes around the corner, you see me kind of like all smoky, right? And I'm like, as like a bunch of like smoke comes out of like every hole in my body. I'm like, that one
Wile E.
hurt.
Coyote.
That one really hurt. Who was
Oh,
that?
you all right?
Give,
Hold up.
give me a hand up,
Kinda-
and I'll try to like,
dusting him off.
I'll
kinda
get up
patting
and
out
like,
the hot embers.
absolutely smother him as I'm trying to get up using his tiny little body and like almost pushing him down, right? Oh, thanks, man. Where'd she go? I think I could take another one or two.
That one's beyond us right now. Let's focus on our mission. We need to get out of here before this gets blamed on us. I point to the blaze in the corner there. We ain't stopping this now. We need to get down. We need to get out. Where are the other two? I think they're upstairs.
It hurt, but I think I could go for another one.
Come on, buddy. Let's get going. Let's get going.
All right. And I'm gonna like hobble along. Like, where are the rest of them?
Nico, you plummet to the ground. Are you attempting to miss the individual you still have held on the ground?
Well, no. So he's there for one round. If he chooses to, move, it's
you told him not to move, so he's still there.
Oh.
Okay, because yeah, like basically he took a whole bunch. I was more or less just doing damage to incapacitate him. So if he would have moved, he would have taken another 2d8 on top of, the 1d8 and 1d12. So I don't know how many hit points he has. I was assuming he's either going to have been knocked out or dead. If he's still there, I straight land on top of him.
Okay.
Or help you.
In a non-lethal manner.
Yeah, basically coming out the window, tracking like, oh, hey, he's still there, and just kind of like use him to break my fall.
How much does your character weigh?
Let me get struck by flying ice cream trucks and live.
How much does your character weigh, Nico?
Seeing that I'm about to hit this person, I will reconstitute those charges so that and basically he's medium. I don't know what we ever decided how much the gravity's grasp weighs. Because he said I can basically.
Yeah, go ahead.
You could say manipulate the mass, so it's kind of like I will strip as much away and make it, make myself basically as light as a plasmoid, but wearing big giant armor.
All right. You land on him and you hear a couple of bones crack under your normal weight, as it was a jump from a second story.
100%.
But you hear him screech and pull his arm to his chest. And seeing that the others are now coming down, he gets up and runs away. Jade, I gotta get used to that. Jade, are you following suit out the window?
Ladies first.
Yes. Jade's going to rub her blood into the wall, and vines are going to spill out like a column of branches to the ground through the window. And she'll kind of nod towards where the branches are going and say, well, ta-ta. And she'll just jump out and slide down.
Can I use those too? That looks way cooler than jumping out this window.
You can certainly try.
Do either of you guys?
I will in fact try. If they remain there after she's out the window, I will try.
Seeing them jump out, I'll pop a spell slot and cast Featherfall.
They're climbing down.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, never mind.
down.
So you don't need to use the spell slot. Marina, I presume that the vines stay substantial enough for Zar to use them?
Yes, certainly.
All right. So the both of you are able to climb out, though it is at this moment, Marina, as you are partway down, you see a familiar face, or the mask of a familiar face, step around the corner.
I don't think I like that reaction.
My.
My, indeed.
Another safe house turned to cinders, dear sister. Does Lady Magdalena approve of this little tantrum, or are you freelancing?
I'm here to bring you back as ashes or whole, if I need.
And you do so by burning down the safe houses in this area. Doesn't quite sound so smart, but then again, you weren't the clever one in the group.
Oh.
Well, if you do seem to believe that, you're as removed from the circle as you always have been. I burn them down to flush you out like the rat you are.
What's wrong with rats?
You burned down Saloja's own cradles for me. Buildings, bloodlines, generations. For me, isn't that just adorable? A beast with a leash too short to turn, but long enough to fetch. And how many more rooms will you incinerate before you stop and ask why?
You know as well as I that Our Lady's will is that of Kossuth to me. There are no questions, there is only doing.
You think Kossuth's wrath burns through you, but darling, I see it. That's not divinity, that's obedience. And she'll run a finger across her neck as she kind of gestures that she's got a collar around her neck. So loyal to your lady, so eager to please. All it takes is a snap of her fingers, a hint of flame, and you're off you go, snarling and blazing and begging to be useful.
Our Lady uses my talents because she knows I am effective, and have always been effective. You, however, that discussion comes to bear.
You're just a matchbox with legs. You're
If
supposed
I were only that, would I have gotten you here?
I guess. So what will you do now? Think you can catch the fox?
Ooh.
Well, if it were only me, I admit I lack the foresight as some of our other members. So I thought to bring the foresight with me. If you escape me now, just know that our eyes will follow you, and so will I. The cinders will claim you, Jade. That is an inevitability. The tepid vines by which you cradle yourself, and the toxic queen that controls you, is nothing in comparison to what I bring to bear, or what Our Lady will field against you should she need to.
Funny you say that. That toxic queen. Considering our past with Our Lady in Waiting, Mother Darling, Lady Magdalena. I'm beginning to like this one, this toxic queen that you mentioned. She's not quite as bad as it comes out to be, but then again, leaves a lot more to be discovered. Elodra, do take care of yourself, and I do beg you to ask those questions. And much more than that. I know I tease, I know I jaunt, but ask those questions. Why pull the strings? Who's really in control?
And I will
How about
ask
time
you.
to say that I've got chills.
Can we hear
And that was
this?
Oh yeah, you as you come around the corner, you can absolutely hear this conversation. Zara and Nico are right there.
Looking quite confused.
Yeah, Nico 100% is like saved her. Is like, kind of look at his art. Do we hit her?
And then
I think
as
they know each other.
I come around the corner and I see them, I'm gonna be like, Zar, Nico, get down. And then can I try Eldritch Blast?
You may.
All right. Bang! And I'll kind of like pull up my normal laser pistol, and some energy comes out of it, but it doesn't feel right.
You watch as the individual turns and looks over her shoulder at you, Valen,
So I
and then
shoot,
back to Jade.
shoot that person that just got hit again.
Was this the best you could muster? These buffoons. You run with them, you may as well end up killing yourself at this rate.
We're
Let me
bums.
dispute that.
Zara, Nico, this one's too far for us. Get us a smoke screen out of here now.
Wait, I think I have something for this.
Okay.
Do I? I don't think I do. I would if I had one more level into Paladin.
If I had wheels, I'd be a bike.
Wow, very supportive of your teammates there. You are muted, my friend. We cannot hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Dang it.
Alex.
I was like, no, if Tin Man had wheels, he'd be a bike.
This is technically true. I would be in a motorcycle. Yeah, no, Nico, did you hear what Tin Man said?
No, I did not. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. He basically yelled out, "This one's too far above us. Zara, Nico, we need a smoke screen now."
All right, let me. More or less, we're just trying to buy ourselves some time to get out, correct?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
run. Tin Man said, "Hey, don't fight her. We will all die."
Got it. I don't have anything prepared, really. I just, yeah, it's turn tail and go.
You could, like, knock her around a little
Zara's
bit.
gonna lean in and go, lady we just rescued, didn't have time to catch your name. We gotta go.
Yes, I've gathered that. Where are you going to go?
Guys, this way! And I'm just gonna wave them. Like, this way.
In that direction.
Let's go!
We
Waving-
definitely need some kind of smoke screen.
Waving them
All right.
past her.
Just run!
Like,
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. We
Jade has smoke screens. If you really want one.
Oh,
Might be
I
a
do
bike.
have something. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna use one of my level 2 spells, and essentially, I'm gonna vortex warp her inside the building.
Ooh.
Ooh.
all right. And what is the Constitution saving throw?
Yep, that is a con save, and the spell save DC is 15.
Natural 1.
wow.
Try not to be loud because everyone's asleep.
How does this play out, Nico?
With Valena with like smoke screen, I'm like, I don't. This thing is like, I don't have those prepared today. I'm like, it's like, wait, if she back in the building, and he just like basically like you see the center of his armor just kind of flare up as jets of stardust come out of his shoulders, and a singularity is gonna form underneath her, and it's basically you see her kind of spaghettify into the singularity, and she like goes back into the building. Well, that work. Let's go.
That'll do it. We gotta go.
The Sam Hill. All right, go.
Go. Come on, let's go.
Jade follows, confused.
And we're like running down the street, like looking out. Let's go.
Star running next to Jade. We're like, believe it or not, we were in fact hired to rescue you from that building. I assume it was you. We weren't given an app description. But you
Okay.
were the only one not wearing a red scarf.
True enough. Who?
Unless we were supposed to rescue the other lady, but she seemed too aggressive for all that.
No, she'll be fine. That's not gonna kill her.
I wouldn't have
It's-
locked any
dang
sleep
it.
over it.
It's as you say this, and you are running down the street, that you all hear a large explosion come from the house, and an entire front facing of the house just shatters out into the street in flames.
Run, we gotta go.
She's too far back to catch up. She's too far back to catch up at this point. You're just about getting up to crowds and bustling of people in the dockside district, but you do see.
Those
As-
crowds?
I
Tim
think
is just, like,
during-
yelling, fire, bow down by the dock, fire.
And
When the building initially explodes, I think Zara's gonna look at Tin Man and go, "Quick and quiet, huh?"
and then I'm gonna
As
take
long as
off.
we ain't there, I don't care.
I'm gonna take off my vest and give it to a local, and be like, "Here you go, buddy," and then have him wear it, and then kind of disappear in the crowd. Be like, "Hey, be careful with that thing," and then disappear into the crowd.
Tomorrow, he magically produces another one just like it.
Yeah, and
Nico's
gonna be like, "Hey, guy!" Like as they're like warning, it's like, "There's a person with a mask. She's really dangerous. Stay away from her. I think she blew up that building."
Let's go.
Come on. Let's go.
Is there?
As you go ahead.
Oh, is there any sewer entrance around here that we could sneak off into, or kind of run and hide into?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
All right.
And I'll give the rest of you. I'll give the rest of you a stealth check to try and blend in to everything.
Oh God!
It's
Better than that. Thank you, Tin Man.
How did I
Oh,
get
Lord.
that one? My rolls are garbage today.
Oh, that was really hot.
I don't think any of our rolls are that great.
Ooh, that's a net one for me too.
So as you reach your way to the crowds, you're not doing very well at hiding yourself terribly much. Specifically, Tin Man and Nico, as you were, yelling that there's a fire. However, this gives the rest of your team the chance to sort of slip into the crowd and disappear. The two of you are sort of left without the others, but you had, before this, stated that you would be meeting back up at the Happy Beholder.
So it's gonna take Nico and Tin Man a little bit longer, guys. Don't worry about it.
Large full sprint.
I'm shit.
Should I lose the armor?
I think so.
And it does like he'll
Tin Man
Tin Man-
like takes off his hat and sticks it in his bag and then pulls out like a smaller hat. Which of you
Aerodynamics.
for the two of you gentlemen who did successfully stealth away, who is sticking with our missing fox?
Nico's the only one that really succeeded in the stealth. It was Nico and Jade that did.
No,
Wait,
Nico
no, I
failed.
got
It was Zara.
I got a nat
I
one
got-
unless
I
we
got
were
that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
unless we had advantage.
No,
Did we?
I misunderstood. I got mixed up. That was my fault. No, you're right. It's
Okay.
Zar and wow, words.
Jade.
Yeah, Zar and Jade.
Find your names. Okay, cool. So long as they're taken care of. So yeah, I guess me and Nico are just gonna take the long way home.
All right, Valen, you have trouble finding any sort of sewer entrance, but you do realize that this area has a lot of back alleys that you can dip down.
This way, guys. And I'm like pointing to this alley and kind of like pushing people out of the way.
You take your moment to find your feet. You find your feet in the alley. The three of you have a moment to stop and breathe. Jade, Zar, and Valen.
Whoa. Okay. First of all, what the heck was that? That was. We were told it was gonna be like no one there. Who are you?
Yeah, he even said there were going to be no traps. I found
You're
two.
not there, Nico.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're with Tim.
Me,
Who-
Nico, you're with me.
Who
That
are
was-
you?
A little bit more than we bargained for.
I'd have to ask who sent you. I'm just as perplexed as you are.
I-
I'm grateful that you
I-
saved me, but
He did, in fact, say not to ask any question.
I was.
Unfortunately, asking for a name was a question.
I may have been drinking a little bit when we took this.
I definitely wasn't. I'm professional.
Uh-huh.
I was saved by two drunkards.
With good
What?
big hearts.
Hey! Keyword there. Save.
Saved. Exactly. So, who are you? Why did we just risk all that? That it wasn't what we signed up for at all.
Valen's still charred.
Yeah, like some of my dreads are still smoking. My eyebrows are definitely singed. I take off my glasses and there's like smoke, like around my eyes, like in little circles. Try to rub them.
My
Jade's
man,
gonna,
you're not gonna have eyebrows.
What's that, Jade?
Jade's gonna tilt her head a bit, and she's gonna pull up her arm, and in her hand, it's gonna start glowing a pink glow. A little blossom's gonna spill from it, and she's gonna say, Aletheia officialis, bloom and bind the wound. And she casts healing word on Velen.
So
Thank
you're
you.
a Florist.
To the tune of.
And
You get 11 health.
lady, that's great and all. I really appreciate you basically did whatever, counteracted whatever your sister did. I appreciate it. But that doesn't answer the questions of why it was so pressing we saved you here.
I'll be honest, the less you know about me, probably the better. But I will give you that as a thank you.
All right, well, I'm going to need some answers. We got to get back to Luigi's spot. And you're not leaving our
Velen,
side.
I think the answers can wait till we get back to Luigi's because
Yeah.
we're gonna have questions for her and we're gonna have questions for the other guy.
You're not leaving our side. And then, can I pull out try to hit her with some handcuffs? And handcuff
You
her to
have
me?
handcuffs? You just carry manacles on you?
Yes.
You have
Whoa.
manacles, Velen?
Oh,
Jade sees him gesturing, and she's just gonna slowly back into the shadows.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I think
wanna
Zara
at
will
least,
get in between both of them.
I at least want to try the
Not
Mission
cool with the
Impossible
handcuff.
handcuff with a sleight of hand here.
Not cool with the handcuffs.
Okay. She sees it. She backs off as I like unkey it. I'm like, all right. No mission.
Not cool, Velen. We didn't rescue a prisoner to take a prisoner.
That's a good point. I didn't see it as that. I was just trying to protect it. Protect us. We don't get separated and left out here.
What, were you gonna cuff her to you?
Well, I've actually cuffed myself to myself. So do you have extra key?
I believe they're in the house.
Look
somewhere.
down.
And like I
I'm
pull up,
kidding,
I
they're
pull,
right here.
I pull up my hands like slowly, and they're like cuffed to each other.
Jade's curious
Oh.
what Ephemera thinks about all this.
Jade is just looking like, oh my lord.
Yeah, she's just like in the corner staring at a wall, just like, what's happening?
You see his very tiny, almost microscopic vines sort of come together, almost like small green snakes, and form a face on the brick wall. It is an unfortunate truth that Elodra saw you together. Guilt by association. But also, perhaps it is fortunate that you got caught up with such idiots.
I imagine it burns her even more knowing this.
Delicious.
And they're just gonna chuckle.
I like to think as the Vine Face calls us idiots, it pans over to Czar trying to pick the cuffs on Valen's bracers.
And on that note, I think that's where we'll call the campaign for the night. Or the
Oh,
session for the night.
no! Hey, great episode,
It's
Marina.
alright, Nico. It's alright.
Thank you
Guys,
so
why
much.
Are we extra foolish?
Great episode. Thank you so much. Mark, I'll get you this uploaded tonight, tomorrow. Thanks for
Cool.
tuning in. We loved having you, Marina. We loved having you guys.
Yes,
Mark,
thank you.
take us away.
Well, first, I would like to say a warm thank you and a warm welcome to Marina for being officially one of our new Spelljammer players. I'm very much looking forward to Jade's story and
Yes.
where we take this. Already starting to see some fun within the party. But yeah, so before we let you go, don't forget to wash your dice, and in a couple of weeks, we'll see you in the stars.
Yeah. See you guys later.